Well, I'm sitting here after work today, listening to the noise of the sirens and the sound of people moving around, going about their business. How many of them really know what they're doing? How many of them really have a purpose? How many of them have written goals? Do you have written goals? Do you know where you're going? Let me ask you this. If you don't know where you're going, how are you going to get there? Now, I know that the 1,633 of you wonderful people who are following me want something different out of life. If you didn't, you wouldn't be here. And if you were here, you wouldn't be still watching because I would annoy the hell out of you. Because I am a non-compliant kind of guy. I didn't graduate from high school because I just couldn't take sitting in the rows doing everything that everybody else did. Complying. Seems like the world wants compliant people. But as I said, you would not be here if you were wanting to comply. You want something different out of life, just like I do. But to want something different is not the same as having something different. You have to be willing to, as some people say, pay the price. Hit that like button and subscribe. Okay, check me out on Instagram if you're watching this on YouTube at Mark's Inspiration. And if you're watching this on Instagram, check me out on YouTube at Mark Daniels, Mark's Inspiration. And I got some books on Amazon, as you know if you've been watching me. Coming Back Home, The True Adventure of Mark Daniels, and The Power is Within. And that is where the power lies, within you. I'm sure most of you are familiar with the movie The Secret, about how when you think about things, you can attract them to you. And it's funny that they call that movie The Secret because in a way it is a secret, but yet that has been taught since the beginning of recorded history, that your thoughts create your life. Marcus Aurelius said, I can never get this right, a man's life is colored or is dyed by the color of his thoughts. I'm not sure if that's correct, but I think you understand what I'm saying. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. The heart is referred to like the deep subconscious part of you. Not what you think superficially in your mind up here, like 2 + 2 = 4, or when you're trying to figure things out. That is a very small part of you. And most people try to run their mind on that intellect. And that's where people fall into compliance because the world and the powers that be know the psychology and they know how the mind works. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist guy, and I'm not saying that. But if you think these big companies don't spend thousands, hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars to find out what is going to grab your attention on commercials, billboards, and any kind of announcements like that. My light just went off here. Let me turn that back on. There you go. Doesn't stay on too long. I don't know why. Okay. So they're trying to figure out what it's going to take to grab your attention to get you to buy their product. They want people that don't think for themselves. But I know you guys would not be here if you were like that. You want something different, as I said, and you want to think for yourself. So what you need to do is program your mind with what you want, with the agenda you want, and don't allow yourself to be programmed by the agenda of big business or government or whoever it happens to be. They've been doing this for thousands of years. You just have to be aware of what you allow into your mind. I heard the other night that sometimes the governments and different people create these hot button distractions. I can think of quite a few going on now to keep our focus off of what's really going on. As we all know, the media is slanted. It only puts on certain things, and it's not the free press as it's supposed to be. I'm not really sure if it ever has been, but I think it's more blatant now, or maybe it's more out in the open. Let's look at it that way. So with social media, things get out now that even though they tried to censor it, that never got out before. So be wary of what you allow into your mind. If you ever catch yourself getting emotionally, if someone hits your hot button with something you see on the news, that's exactly what it's intended to do. Shut it off and sit back and relax and think about it. Clickbait. I mean, I even use, I guess, what they call clickbait to try to get people to watch my videos. But my agenda here is to inspire, enlighten, and build up you guys, you 1,633 subscribers, and whoever else comes here to join us. Because as I've told you guys before, I get out of life whatever I put into it. So if I can encourage you to achieve your dreams, it just makes it that much easier to achieve my dreams. Yes, there's an underlying selfish motive. I call it altruistic selfishness. It's like Zig Ziglar said, you can have anything you want in life if you just help enough other people get what they want. So if I can help you get what you want, then I get what I want, which I want success, I want peace, I want contentment, I want prosperity, and I have these things. But like all of us, I always want more. And it's okay to want more as long as your acceptance of what you have today is equal with your desires. But when your desires get way above your acceptance, then you become unhappy. Now, a certain little bit of discontent is productive, but too much can make you miserable, depressed, and make you want to give up on things. My light is just not working too good here. Let's move around here. I don't want to be sitting in the dark. So always keep that in mind. A desire to have more is a natural human attribute. There's nothing wrong with that. But if your desire for more is making you unhappy, then you need to adjust something there. You need to adjust your acceptance. Because no matter what you get, if what you have today is not enough, you're never going to be happy. So many people think when they get this house, this job, this car, this woman, whatever it happens to be, that they're going to be happy. Something outside of themselves. Now, have I done that? Yes. Sometimes I still do it. I still get caught up in it. But you become aware that that's what's going on, and you realize that nothing out there is going to make you happy, and that you have to first have it within yourself. If you want riches, you must feel rich on the inside first. And that's very difficult to do if you've never known what riches are. Now, there are many forms of riches, not just money. That's only one form of riches, one form of wealth. The original meaning of the word wealth means well-being. We are having trouble with this light. I apologize. It just doesn't want to stay on. And I don't know if it's going to come back on. Yeah, there it is. So I'm going to have to wrap this up because my light's not going to hang in there. But the whole moral of today's story is be aware of what you're thinking about. Be aware of what you're allowing into your mind. Be aware of what triggers your hot buttons. That it's just someone's trying to get your attention, and someone's trying to get your attention for them, for their benefit, to get you to comply to their agenda. So you want to remember that. And that can be anybody. It doesn't necessarily have to be news media or big advertisements. People do that often in relationships, especially your intimate, your significant other. They know which buttons to press. And maybe they're wanting attention from you that they haven't been getting. So they push a hot button. They know right where to poke. But what you have to do is when you feel that button being pushed, recognize the feelings, but don't react. Sit back, take a few seconds before you say or do anything, or maybe a couple minutes, or maybe just walk away. Because if you react, you're giving them exactly what they want, and you're doing what they want you to do. You're allowing them to have power over you, whether it be her, him, or whoever. So remember that today. Thanks for joining me. I'm glad you guys are here. I do appreciate you watching. Leave a comment in the comments section. If you'd like to donate to the channel, the Cash App's down there. And I think I have PayPal on my website, which is marksinspiration.com. If you would like to get my help personally, contact me through there and we'll set up a consultation. Take care. Have a great day.